crazy as a fox. Just an old loud dude with a high school diploma. What I know? Yeah. Still trying to figure out what's going on Haps. We ain't got to a minute yet, so I know the feeds ain't up. If they gonna be up. I'm hearing everything from Haps is closing down to people jumping ship. So I put on the track that makes me wanna. Because I almost had to do that last game. Y'all know that. Now I'm in a mood. I knew it. You can't tell me shit. I knew it. White supremacy crept its way up into my grandson's little league t-ball team. God damn. I can cuss now. I'm after 2 minutes. That shit is real. They say after 2 minutes you can cuss without any type of strikes or any type of problem. You ain't got to wait 2 minutes before you get to cussing. And I waited 2 minutes before I'm going to get to cussing. White supremacy worked its way into my grandson's t-ball team. Say it ain't so. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? How can white supremacy creep its way into a t-ball team? You know, t-ball is the first team. That's the team where you don't need that many players because you're not going to hit the ball that far. But, seeing that it happened, I knew it. I knew something was wrong when the coach just seemed like he was overwhelmed. He seemed like he was overwhelmed. But then again, I saw he had knowledge of the game. But then again, I saw he also had a son on the team who probably shouldn't be active in any sport right now because he's going to get hurt. Oh, yeah, he's going to get hurt. Any kid they put on the pitcher's mound and he starts drawing in the sand, he's going to get hurt. But this ain't about the son. This is about the daddy. Because he the white supremacist. The son might be a white supremacist in training, but I don't know. He's only 5 or 6, I guess. Then I found out that my grandson is the only kindergartner on the team. Actually, I think he's the only kindergartner in the league. It's a first grade team. He played up. They don't usually have 5-year-olds, I guess, on the team. These are first graders. He's a kindergartner, 2B. So it is what it is. Last game was today, so I said I wasn't going to say nothing until the end of the season. But he'll never play for that coach again. I can honestly tell you, he'll never, ever play for that coach again. But if there's anybody in here from the Haps people, if y'all listening but just not saying shit, I need to know what's going on with the platform. Why people jumping ship? Why people talking about jumping to Twitch and all this other stuff? I need to know what's going on. What's done happened? What's happened in Hapsland? I need to know. I'll bail if it's some fucked up shit. But if it's just some people just got some personal issues, then they got to do what they got to do. I don't have an issue personally, other than my stream not going up sometimes, and getting cut off. But those are my only two complaints. So it is what it is. Sister Kim, what's good with you? Sister Frida, what's good with you? So I've been on this coach's shit all year because he kept making an example, or at least attempting to make an example out of my grandson. See, the first couple practices, I kind of let things, take their course. I wanted the moms to be able to, dig their heels in so the coach knew that they was the parents. But then when I saw that my grandson was learning some shit in a fucked up way, I thought I'd better show up. I know I'm going to work with him. I know they're going to work with him. But if the coach is telling you to do some fucked up shit, chances are you going to do some fucked up shit. So with that being said, he constantly stayed on Caleb. The whole motherfucking season stayed on my grandson. And I ain't got no problem with a coach being on my grandson because that's a part of life. That's a part of character building. That's a part of coaching. But when you on my grandson and you telling him wrong shit, that's where I got a problem with you. That's why we need to talk. So I would tell Caleb certain things. He would kind of look at me like, that's not what I was told before. Then he would do it, saw it worked out better for him. Then he started doing them. I'm never going to tell my kid to do something that the coach didn't tell him to do. I'm just going to tell him the right thing to do. And if that other thing don't feel good for him to do, don't do that then. Do what feels good. Do what is right. You don't do something that don't feel good to you. So it was all good. And he kept saying shit. And I had a hold me back moment. I left that video already. He shooed my grandson. I told his other grandfather today, you might be the one that's going to be the spirit to hold me back. Because his brother-in-law and his sister-in-law was at Wednesday. So I was there by myself Wednesday. I was there by myself today. I don't give it didn't even have to be nobody there. Because chances are I'm not going to show out like that because I'm not going to embarrass my grandson. But I'll find that coach in his own neighborhood and we can talk it out. But I wasn't going to let him sit there and talk to my grandson no more the way he did, and that's why I had to speak up when I spoke up. Today, Coach, we're going to need to talk after the game. But we didn't have to go there today because we played against a team. Oh, yeah. We played against a team today. They was making plays and shit, catching fly balls and shit. Our kids were fucking clueless. All 5 of them that showed up. 5. We had 5 show up. 5. Come to find out, parents were saying they weren't getting the emails when the games and the practices were. They was getting it through word of mouth. That's the coach's job. To tell the parents when to get the kids. Kids ain't driving, they 5. 5 is the number right now. 5. Yeah, 5 players today. The kids are 5. Well, mostly 6. Caleb's 5. The most important thing to me is 5, so they 5. I can't really do nothing about them other ones. So yeah, they played against a team today that can make plays. They knew where to run. Hell, they knew how to position themselves on the base when the ball was going to get thrown to them to get out. Kids up there with batter's gloves and shit. T-ball. T-motherfucking ball. They was serious. They was being taught to play the game the right way. They still only 6. It wasn't like they was doing crazy damage. It wasn't like they were doing crazy damage. But they knew how to play the game. And in knowing how to play the game, They made our team, who didn't know how to play the game, look bad a couple times. Wasn't as bad as it could have been, but they made us look bad a couple times. We did not perform as a bona fide unit, and that was an issue. That was an issue. So, Caleb had 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 5 spectators today. That's about his average. He generally have about 4 or 5 spectators. And we all noticed it today. It wasn't just me. We all noticed it today. He takes a great interest in correcting Caleb when Caleb makes a mistake, but he don't really say too much to the other parents or to the other kids, I'm sorry. And I believe that's because he knows the other parents. But what I found out today was he coaches 4 teams. 4. First number was 5. Now the number is 4. He coaches 4 teams. All older kids. This is the only T-ball team he coaches. 4 teams. Guess how many kids he got? Just take a wild guess how many kids he got. He got 4 kids. He coaches 4 teams. You're not listening, Freed. I already told you one of the kids is on Caleb's team. He got 4 kids. He coaches 4 teams. When you have 4 kids and you coach 4 teams, you have a monopoly. You controlling everything. And when you also refuse the help of other parents to actually be coaches, because he pretty much did that. And then the people who were volunteering, hell, they weren't even showing up by the end of the year. Last 2 games, we had 5 players. Now we find out that some of the parents weren't getting emails, texts, calls, when the games were, when the practices were. Because the season got so jacked up with all the rainouts, the coach was left to have to do all that. So guess who he didn't email? Guess who he didn't call? Guess who he didn't text? Our team. I bet you that didn't happen to the older teams. Because them parents get serious when the older baseball teams. He's literally coaching every one of his kids. And the team that he coaches were his youngest kid. He's horrible at it. So I just pray for them older boys. Hopefully they got some assistant coaches that played sports when they were younger. I don't think their daddy played sports. If he did, he forgot some shit. I knew it. I knew something was wrong. I'm like, don't nobody even challenge this guy. Don't nobody say shit to this guy. And you know why? Because their kid got to get older. And they probably gonna think like, if my kid's on his kid's team now, as his kid gets older, he gonna keep coaching. He's gonna be my coach because they all live in nice neighborhood. They probably won't be moving from their nice neighborhood in Ann Arbor. So I'm telling you, this got a white supremacist component to it. It's really just ain't about the T-ball coach. He's already running shit. And he's going to continue to run shit. As his kids get older, he'll keep coaching them all the way until they get into their school teams. He'll probably coach some of their travel teams. And it's funny because a lot of these kids will continue to play until they figure out the game is not for them, or they'll continue to play and their parents will be like, he's not a very good coach. And they'll go to another team, or their player just may not develop and they just want their kid to be out there so they can sweat. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're not breeding Major League Baseball players here. We're breeding character. We want good character. Sports is for building character. Building character, getting exercise, learning how to work as a team. There's a lot of components to Little League sports. The last of them is generally winning. Knowing how to play the game the right way helps too. That makes things a little bit more fun, helps you get better, helps you win, helps you want to play, whether you're a great player or not. You at least know how to play, but you can't play worth a damn. That helps you out better. Caleb being the only black player on the team, talked about this with his grandfather today. That makes a difference. Talked about it with his mama today. That makes a difference. When you're the only black kid on the team, it's easy to pick you out. If there's a problem, Caleb did it. Y'all make a mistake as a unit out there, talk to Caleb about it. Another kid made a bad play at second base today. He went over and said, Caleb, what you could have did. Motherfucker, what? What he could have did was been at second base and maybe made that play. But how you going to include him in the second baseman's fuckery? Bitch. I'm not going to have nobody abuse my grandson. Inside the bloodline, outside the bloodline, it don't motherfucking matter. You're not going to abuse my grandson. Then he sat there and gave him about a 45-second soliloquy as to what Caleb needed to do at first base in the last inning of the last game. And Caleb's other grandfather said, too much information. And I'm like, oh, so you seeing this too? Because I know he got an education. I ain't got no education. So I'm dealing with some educated folks here, right here. He saw that. Too much information. Too much information for a 5-year-old. Oh, he absolutely does. Caleb was the only kid that wore baseball pants for the season. And requested them, demanded them. He did not want to play in shorts like the other players. He knows what he's supposed to wear. He knows what he's supposed to have. So that's what he wanted. His own player, his own son, wouldn't wear baseball pants. And then again, he was also the one making sand castles in the middle of the game on pitcher's mound. It's okay. He'll never play for him again. Ever. ever. The team they played today had like 4 or 5 coaches, which was probably 4 or 5 dads. And they had the players all over the place. Players knew what play at any base is. If you get it, throw it to second mids. They just knew. And they threw the ball in the air. They didn't roll it underhand like they've been taught by this coach. Because pretty much if you tell a 5, 6-year-old to throw the ball underhand, you basically telling them to bowl. They already loaded the ground. Caleb learned how to throw the ball overhand. He had to come back and throw the ball underhand on his team. It's okay. So yeah, I knew it. I knew something was wrong. I knew for somebody to be so fundamentally wrong. It's like he told Caleb, don't bring your own bat. We don't got a bat that's for his right height, right weight, everything. Don't bring your own bat. Everybody's gonna use one bat. Who the fuck does that? He told him too, you don't need your own helmet. We got helmets. No. We have our own helmet. Sorry. Not that I think Caleb's too good to bat with the team helmet. Head lice. Don't like it. Don't like it. I'm going to call you in a little bit, Free. We need to talk about that exchange you said you had with ER. I'm also trying to find out what the situation is with these people talking about they leaving Haps. So if you see that or hear that on anybody else's content, I'm going to hit Tony D up. I'm going to DM him because they ain't got no DM capabilities on Haps. And I'm going to find out what's all this beefing about. Not that it really concerns me because I'm not in it, but if people are jumping ship for a certain reason, you know, what it is what it is. I'm not here to politic for or against Haps. But we got to get that popping. We need to know what's happening. For informational purposes, absolutely. I knew it, man. You can't even let 5, 6-year-olds just play a game innocently. You got to be in control, and when you in control, the way you in control, you really ain't even controlling shit. And I'm glad that his other grandparents was able to come today and see that shit. We all on the same plane. We team Caleb, but we also team doing it the right way. And when they see him not doing it the right way, I'm like, okay, I see. I won't wait till the 3rd, 4th practice. The next time, I'll be out there at registration. I'll be out there at the first practice. Hey, coach, how you doing? Absolutely. I like to hang around if you don't mind. If you need some help, I'm right here. That way you can talk to all the players, get them in the right positions. Absolutely. It won't be his ass, because Caleb ain't never playing for him again. Fuck him. He pulled that fuck shit for one season and one season only. We were under a one-season contract with him. Shit. That's the way that is. But yeah. That wasn't supposed to be my content. I was supposed to get on here and talk about Jim Crow, John Crow, and Juan Crow with a little shorty, because the main one gonna come in when I get inside. I'm gonna go get set up. I don't know exactly. I'll put the preview out. Perhaps you'll catch the live feed. It'll be a simulcast, because I'll be over on YouTube. You know, because y'all ain't got the green screen capabilities up yet. I'm gonna still give it to you while I'm giving it to you. We got to find out what's happening with Haps. Why people jumping? Oh, there's a cardinal over there. I don't see cardinals very much. One love. Cargo420.com. It's what you need.